All right, welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. My name is Joe. I'm back in the swing of things, but that means I'm going to do the introductions at the top end. Playing Hank Ellis, Brad.
Hello.
Playing a recently more insane Benedict, because we fixed some stuff on his character sheet, Jean.
Hello.
I love how you embodied that.
And Dace playing our new character, Buciek. Dace.
I got an axe.
He's got an axe. Buciek Bartok, I believe is his last name. Is that right?
Buciek Bartok.
Nice. I love him. I love him so much.
I was sort of when we took our break, I was thinking we haven't really fleshed out his physical description.
Yeah, I did want to ask you about that.
And I think he's going to look like Brad. You know this guy I'm talking about. It's the guy that plays Wednesday on American Gods.
American Gods. I haven't seen.
So
that.
just cool as hell.
He's just a cool, handsome,
Cool guy,
badass
dragging
guy.
an axe.
Well, let me find the name of the actor.
Mr. Wednesday. Oh yeah, I know this guy.
Like a young version of him.
Mm-hmm.
With but he's like 42, and he's been in the Night Force for a long time, so he's got like curly, unkempt hair and a longish beard, and he's going gray because he's like an old 42 because his job as a firefighter has given him a lot of stress and shit.
Yeah.
What is this actor's name? Have y'all found it yet?
No, I was looking at it. He is. Don't want to drag this to. Fucking.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop.
It's terrible. Ian McShane.
There he is.
Cool.
Picture a young Ian McShane.
Yeah. Okay. More in shape, you know, Ian McShane. But yeah, no, we were kind of talking about in between, you know, it's like, well, you know, we didn't want to like really drag out. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's that kind of classic trope of like, okay, a character dies in an RPG, someone new shows up, and everyone's just like, yeah, well, you can just come with us now. And like the development of that story of like, why do we let you come with us? Why do we trust you?
I think we could have
Like,
pulled it off.
why are
Joe.
you here?
You need to have more
Yeah,
faith.
we could have
would've
pulled it
found
off.
We would have found it.
I was gonna keep it tidy.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna.
But that's fine.
I was hoping
You
there was
cut it.
gonna be a montage of us walking down, and I'm like, so how'd you deal with the mannequins? And he's going off, blah blah blah. You know, how'd you deal with this, blah blah blah.
And he's just like
Someone's
gradually.
like, what about
seething.
Michelle? And
Yeah.
he's like, complete fabrication. And she just jumps out of nowhere like his swamp.
like the Princess Bride. What about what about the feminist authors? I don't think they're real.
Which would be the equivalent of rodents of an unusual size in this analogy. Feminist authors.
Oh
Sick
my
'em.
god.
Sick Brad.
Oh, it's so good. No, it's just
No, I was honestly content to just like sit in that moment and completely roleplay it out. Like, I know there are technical things that we had to work around, but you know, Skid Marr from the Glass Cannon podcast, one of the best role players that I've ever encountered. He just had a new character introduced in Blood of the Wild, which is one of their auxiliary campaigns, but it took him an episode and a half to integrate into the party. Because his whole thing is he is like a general in the World Wound,
Oh, okay.
and he's just seen too much shit, and he's let too many people down, and he's just like hates himself and cannot engage with like war again. And so they come to him, and he's just like, no, I will not follow you. And the entire party, it's like, you know, doing their damnedest
To try to get him
as,
to
like,
come.
not just role playing, but like the players are just, and he's just like,
We need
"No,
to go."
I will not Do it.
That's so good. Well, and Skid is so good. He's so good at subverting expectation, right? That's one of the things
Yeah.
that makes him so funny.
cool.
Someone in the chat just said, "Yeah, Skid is amazing."
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's,
You know who said that?
it's Main Pious Fool. Someone new.
Main pious
Hey.
fool. You know what you're talking about.
Well, I really
Yeah,
liked.
yeah.
I don't know. I think like we really got some really nice moments with Buciek. Like the gravity of losing somebody, and would you actually go and find them? Like, yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah.
That was really nice. And then I love this kind of buddy cop rivalry that's developing as well. I'm enjoy that. I'm enjoy how this plays out.
And keep in mind, Busiak's a lot younger.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
40.
yeah.
He's
What,
he's
42?
42. You guys are like 60.
Gonna
And
be
also,
a-
there's the cop firefighter dichotomy.
Just total
like,
dick
oh,
swinging
you're a
competition coming up.
firefighter.
Right. We're frenemies.
Interesting.
But it's really
rock
funny.
and roll.
Thought of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's so good, and it's something that we had talked about many times. Like, even when I was going back and listening to the original character creation for Buciek, and he didn't have a name back then. Like Dace, had a good idea for a voice and a lot of the character stuff, but he didn't have a name yet. And one of the things we talked about is like one of the big reasons I wanted you guys to not know each other's backups is because you guys are really good at not doing meta bullshit. You guys are really, really good at that. It's one of the things I love about our group.
shucks.
Like
It's called
I don't
being
really think
bad at the
that-
game. I think.
It's not that you guys are good at not doing meta. You're just bad.
We don't
We're
understand
good
the
at lots
rules.
of things.
Just
Playing the game is. You don't have to know how to play the game to play the game.
The secondary is the game is very secondary to the game, is what I found out over the time. But one of the things I talked about is like, I don't want you guys to make this perfect party composition, So, now you've kind of got two dudes who are kind of bruisers, and you lost your unnatural occultic thing. Like, now Benedict's probably at the top of that chart. Like he's gonna have to step in and kind of do
we
some
are
stuff.
fucked.
Yeah, you guys are fucked. But yeah, I think it's great. And real quick, here at the top again, I do want to share again, talk about some of this character art that KT had done for us.
JT.
Just incredible stuff. I'm gonna make sure I get it up on the on the Reddit so you can really see it in detail. I mean, just spectacular. And just like, don't get me wrong, I love the art in and of itself. But it's one of those things I think that really touched my heart about this was how much intricate detail was put in from our games. And
I know.
Yeah.
It's not like we told her add this. She
No.
did all this on her own.
no,
Yeah,
we
like
didn't
she actually listened
we
to
didn't
it.
tell her
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. And at the top of that
And-
little newspaper article is string of mystery house fires continues. Like,
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah. If you go look at these on Reddit, make sure you actually click on them. They're super high detailed, and zoom in, especially on Benedict's. There's some real good Easter eggs in that one.
Yeah.
But even like all the cans of soup in the top of Hank's,
Yeah.
you know.
And the cats and the books for
Jessica's.
Benji.
It's just LL Burnside like slightly faded, like it's a music video. It trips me out, like it's a montage in a music video.
That's
fantastic.
T Model 4.
That's
If you're
T-Model
thinking
4,
of
yeah.
different.
Sorry.
Yeah, or even Gravedigger, up at the top of Benedict's. Papua New
Yeah.
Guinea. Oh, so good. And I also,
I was slightly disappointed that my 7 sons weren't involved in the character art, but I'll let that slide.
there were 10. You had 5 real sons
That would have
and
been a lot.
5 other men. But one of the things I do want to note is that in Hank's character art, in the in the silhouette of the UFO abduction bit, Hank is caked up. All right, like he's like his nude silhouette's like, holy shit! Yeah, Hank has a really defined ass. It's
I
just-
think we should explore that more.
we should in game. You know what? Look, you know what?
We should.
Speaking of exploring how caked up
Hank's
Hank is,
butt.
let's talk about impossible landscapes. How about that? How about that for a for switching back into the swing of
Beautiful.
things?
Nailed it.
All right, last time On the time before last, you guys lost Benji. Benji... And by the way, like, when in the sanity check after that, you know, one of the things that Dace had said is that, and even in the bit that we did for the pre-show development of Buciek that Dace and I recorded, you know, Dace had said many times, like, he didn't see Benji going any other way. Like, this was the perfect end for Benji, as tragic as it was. You guys fled. With a critical success on Hank's part, you managed to basically loot Benji's body on the way out. Which...
Tastefully, though.
Tastefully. Like...
You said they scooped up, like, his detritus.
Yeah, there was, like, bones that came with.
So you scooped up what you had left of Benji, and you went on, and along the way, you met a new individual. And here's the thing, let's say, like, for the story of this, you guys could have been walking around for days in the dark before you met Buciek. Like, it could have been a while.
But what is time in this place? Exactly.
You know? Eventually you guys come across what at first appeared to maybe be one of these damn trench-coated gas mask dudes. Only to see that it's a new face. Someone named Buciek Bartok, a firefighter who's trying to find his husband, who, to be frank, was exposed to the King in Yellow and went crazy.
And don't think that I didn't clock that you suggested that I leave my mask on.
Yeah. Yeah. Take off.
You devious son of a bitch.
Just go ahead and take off your mask. Take off your mask.
To make me appear to be one of the Static Shock troops.
Yeah, of course. I'd have thought it'd been really funny if Hank would have fucking blasted you with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And then we would have done a new
time
backup.
for that.
New character.
Yeah, it's not too late. It's not too late. So you guys have gone down here, and I think that there has become an agreement of, like, you guys are both looking for bottles, right? And the last thing you knew is that you need to either use the sommelier to find the bottle, or you need to search yourself, right? And that's kind of where we are. But real quick, you know, and I know this last episode was very Buciek central, but I do want to take another quick sidestep. Sidestep, again, back to... Let's just say the scene is dark, and we hear the... in the cinematic version of this, there are subtitles, because the language being spoken is not English, it's Czech. And we hear a loving mother's voice as she reads out of a storybook to a young boy who's in his bed in New York City with his blankets pulled up to his chin as his mother tells him a story. She tells him the story of a woman, it's unclear if she's a witch or a magician or something, and she goes about the countryside giving with her deck of tarot cards, giving out fortunes, but they're very unfortunate fortunes, but they're always true. And there's kind of this, you know, and she goes upon and she says, and if you ever meet her in the street, little Buciek, if you ever meet Lady Trianfi? We'll say that. If you ever meet Lady Trianfi in the street, be very careful what you ask for. And it's a bit of a cautionary tale about, you know, kind of be careful what you ask for, that kind of thing. But Buciek, there with his little Buciek, with his blankets pulled up to his neck, he sees the pictures of this woman with this veil over her face and these ancient gnarled hands. And it's one of those things that you didn't really mean for it to really stick with the kid and traumatize him, but it really did.
Yeah, totally. When a kid sees a really old person, it is, like, unsettling.
Yeah. You know, and I think at some point in time, and then we flash forward back to 1995. And Buciek is there. He's leaving the hospital, where his teammate Gustav Rourke is his name. Gustav is in the ICU, but it's you've been there all damn day, Buciek, and you really want some coffee. And there is a little kind of quiet coffee shop right here across from the hospital. And right as you make your way in there, you see a man leaving. And then the cinematic version of this, we know who this man is. He's walking out. His eyes are wild. His hair is a mess. He looks like, are his shoes on the wrong fucking feet? And he looks confused, and he bumps into you, and he's got a guitar in his hand. It's Benji. It's Benji after he did that performance in the coffee shop. And
the one that he blacked out on.
And he bumps into Buciek on his way out. And doesn't even say anything, just wide-eyed, just wonders. And right as this strange man exits the coffee shop, this woman comes out. And she's holding a piece of paper, and she seems transfixed by it. And she looks up at Boos in this otherworldly way, very odd movements, very distinctly. And she takes the paper and turns it to his face.
Son of a bitch.
Have you seen it?
You son of a bitch.
The yellow sign in 1995.
That's just good story writing.
And now
But also, you absolute son of a bitch.
I thought it was going to make you roleplay with yourself. Like, it was going to be super interesting, that dialogue. This is opportunity, Joe.
Scene in between bitch.
I would have done that.
I missed it. Oh, God. But
What
yeah.
was that?
Fantastic callback.
What was that lady's name?
Yeah.
The cautionary tale? Lady...
Triumphi?
I think you put
Thank you.
You put Buciek.
Yeah.
Beware, lady.
Triumphi. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's late at night. Triumphi. I'm a take liberties spelling that.
Trionfi.
I was close.
Those are your non-character notes. But now we're back in the labyrinth, and maybe as you guys are exchanging information and stuff like that, and God knows you have something with a yellow sign on it, like probably dozens of items at this point in time that Buciek sees, and it kind of takes him back to this place.
Maybe
But now
Hank's
you're
just
back.
like searching through Benji's shit some more. Benji has something.
Yeah, on his bones.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Well, you said he has like fucking his clothes and shit like that.
Yeah. And even Buciek might have one of these gas masks, that has the king in yellow, that has the yellow sign on the lenses. Better than to put it on. It's kind of like his... it's like having a necklace of ears. Like, it's like these are all the duster guys that he's killed. But you guys are here in the labyrinth. It is dark. Now, Buciek's light appears to be going strong. And here's the thing. And Buciek, you can tell these guys, you've been in and out of this place a lot. And you know that eventually, it tends to spit you out. And then that's typically when you go get more batteries, or you go find a new lamp, or something like that. But do
I have any idea why or when it spits you out?
You don't. But then these guys can tell Buciek, well, listen, right before everything kind of went to shit for us, we kind of figured out, like, if we sit in the dark, and that this thing will come to us. But also, we could also search ourselves. And there was something that, I think it was either Benedict or Benji, I can't recall which. There seems to be something important about intent in this place. And I imagine Buciek has been looking for Rich He's been looking for Richard this whole time. You know, so it's like, so that's where you guys are. So I'll hand it back over to you. I'll stop talking. What's going on?
Buciek, have you ever just sat in the dark in this place? Have you taken the guns from your friend and sat in the dark so that they don't inadvertently shine a light or shoot something in the dark? Purely hypothetical.
Pretty much what I've done is just like sort of try to survive. Like, yeah, sure. If there's like a threat or something, like I'll wait until it comes around and then I'll kill it. But no, this is like, I don't know if you're in a meditation, but this is not like the place to meditate. If that's what you're asking.
Well, it might be. It might be. Our friend Benji, he had a lot of idiosyncrasies, but one of them was he was very spontaneous. He used to just go for it. He used to just do it, and things would happen.
Okay.
I can't explain it. Things would just happen. I saw him eat a bug.
He's like a loose cannon sort of guy.
Yeah. But he got us here.
Is this a place that you fucking want to be?
Trust me, you don't know where we've been, and this is far better than some of the places we've been.
I just imagine Buciek's the one coming in. It's like when someone doesn't realize that they're in a bad relationship, and then someone comes in and is like, but that sounds kind of fucked up. And you guys are like, wait a second, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he had some kind of special relationship with devils or something like that. Wasn't my favorite quality about him. Let me just put it
I'm
that
gonna
way.
fucking cast judgment on who you guys choose to make friends with, but it's pretty fucked up. Devils? Demons? Come on.
They're actually kind of nice, honestly.
And then you say something like that. You're like, look, he was in the devils, and that's weird, but they're pretty nice.
Yeah, Buciek.
Some of the
telling me
nicest
you've
people
actually-
we met.
Yeah, we met a
met
fellow.
a-
He loves guns. He loves guns. He loves trucks. He goes, ooh. It's rather nice.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. You realize that you sound fucking crazy right now.
And keep in mind
the quality
what
of connection that I
Buciek
have
looks
to have
like.
in this fucking place. Like, the fact that I'm talking to you right now is a sign that I don't have any fucking thing to lean on.
Buciek, you know what they
About
say?
devils and demons, like,
You can choose your family, but you can't choose your friends. That's what they say.
Well, Benedict, we've all been
just
up
shakes
for a
his
minute.
head.
We've all been in this dark place for some time, but maybe we're on to something. Have you ever tried that, Boosie? Just sitting in the dark, and I mean, how have
no,
you
it's
been making
Boos.
your?
Did you
not
call him
Boosie,
Boosie?
Boos.
So I thought we were friends. Excuse me. I was thinking more like Boosie Collins, you know, famous bass player.
No, that's Bootsy. It's got a T in it.
That's what I said.
Well, I heard Boosie.
I feel like
Anyway.
we're sidetracked.
You know what? I really don't want to sit in the dark with this man now that we've been talking for a little bit.
Well, like I said,
Let's
you
just-
have a little more light now, so you could look a little better now. You know, or you can wait for
let's-
this terrible mannequin centipede thing
Just-
to come and lead you exactly where you need to go without any type of weird deal for
No
the devil
problems.
monkey's paw type situation.
Hank, and he like holds up a finger to Hank and like shushes him. Like, Hank, let the new guy speak. He seems to know what he's doing. Have you seen him? He's got an axe. Maybe this guy knows.
So what do you suggest? Buciek.
So we're trying to find out bottles, right?
Well, and these guys would tell you about the name J.C. Lentz, which is something you've heard here and there. You think that you might have heard that he had lived at the hotel or lives at the hotel. You've heard the name, but you've never met this individual.
So, okay, they tell Buciek that. And Does that do I have any memories of J.C. Lynn's?
No, like I said, you've heard in your time in the Night World in the Broad Alban, you've heard the name a time or two. Never anything specific, but you're thinking like, well, you typically are just looking for Rich. If you want to look for this person's bottle, these guys they have this letter from someone they call Abigail, and the thing is, you might actually remember the name Abigail, right? From the McAllister building, that it was presumed that she might have died in the fire. Like that might be a name just in your distant memory for Buciek. It was unclear if she was in the building or not.
Right. So you got this. You have this letter from Abigail Wright. Who is she to you?
That's been a decade-spanning mystery. We really don't know her. I mean, and you've told us about the fire, right? Like your interaction with the apartment building. Have we made that connection, I guess?
Benedict keeps it a secret. No.
He's not going to say, by the way, that was us.
Yeah, he's not going to say that.
Well,
he's going to, elbow him in
see,
the ribs.
We're past formalities at this point. We haven't even asked you, are you aware of DG or the organization, Delta Green?
I'm sorry. Went full Canadian.
Whoops.
The fuck you talking about, DG?
Oh God.
We'll just say I won't explain it. Basically,
what sort of organization you talking about?
Well, and like here's so going back a little ways. Something that did happen after the incident. This is not so much a flashback, but Buciek, there was this time after the fire where you did think you were being followed by, specifically there was this van. It looked to be like a carpet company, like a carpet cleaning company. Like these guys seemed to kind of follow you, and over the years they would kind of crop back up. They would kind of crop back up and ask you to look into they would want records. And they assured you always got the idea that maybe they were like New York, NYPD internal investigations or something like that. Or maybe even they told you that they were. They're like, okay, we're with the internal affairs for NYPD or something. And they would want reports, and paperwork on fires. And you always had this feeling they were part of something bigger, right? But you were never read in. But they always kept tabs on you.
So he probably remembers a bit of that.
So that tells me, out of character, that I'm a friendly, but that doesn't inform anything that I would do in character.
Fair.
What fucking organization you talking about? Like, some sort of FBI, like CIA? Like, what the fuck are you?
Well, let me give you a story. Let me give you a story quick. I received a flyer in the park with a stupid symbol on it, and these people pretty much kidnapped me, and cut to 20 years later, I'm in this shit. Anything like that happen to you?
Remind me your name?
Benedict.
Benedict. You sound fucking crazy right now.
It's been a while, my friend. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Let's just say this now, like the root cause. What led you here? It's like, what was your husband's name again?
Rich.
Rich.
Looking for Rich.
He's like, Abigail's like, oh, Rich, decades ago, we tried to find this woman, and this organization hired us, sort of, we're part of, to find it. Sort of like a detective agency, if we're going to simplify it for a fireman. And then we were looking for her, and we got wound up in this situation.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. I have to look at my intelligence. 13. He probably picks up on that.
That slide.
He probably just like, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so look.
Let's find Rich. I say we just
I'm
find
looking
Rich.
for Rich. You guys are looking for Abigail. Do you have like any sort of like a method or like a means to like how do you fucking find somebody's bottle in this goddamn labyrinth?
That's the problem.
We don't know. We just
Methods
don't know.
we were using got our previous companion dead, so we're looking
Well,
for
it
new
seemed like
ideas.
Well, it seemed like something happened. Like he was on a something, right?
No, he died. He's dead. Gone. Well, what he was on to let.
Gonna do? What the fuck were you gonna do then?
Listen, you're the new party member. I was just gonna give you a kind of like a
No,
go.
Hank, you're the new party member. And you're the new party member. Shit, I was playing music from a darkened room just then. Benedict. And you're the fucking new party members. I have been here for, it feels like fucking years. Like, I can show you how to navigate this place, but if you have any information that like could get us closer to the actual core of the sort of like situation, I'm all ears.
Well, it sounds like the only thing you haven't tried is going around in the dark.
Well, no, I have not tried that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
He gazes down. Buciek gazes down at his codpiece that he's made out of a mannequin's head. All right. You guys are the first fucking like actual humans that I've found in this place for a long fucking time, like a month maybe. If we need to roam around in the dark, then I guess that's just what you gotta fucking do.
Now let's all try to, like I said, one thing that Benji was on to, maybe it was the intent. We all got to think of the same thing when we.
There you go. That's all you needed to tell me. That's what I was fucking looking for. So you telling me you can sort of like manifest?
Well, we're not too sure. We were trying to manifest something, and we manifest, for all I can tell, death itself. I don't even want to remember whatever we saw or what it was.
What the fuck were you trying? What were you saying to manifest death itself? And let's absolutely not do that.
They were singing the blues.
And
Yes.
Benji had a very, very close relationship with the devil.
Right, so no blues.
No blues. Nobody think of
No
blues.
We're shutting it down.
Nobody think of the devil.
What about other genres?
Well, let me show you something. And he
Other
holds out.
genres. That's the problem. It's the genre.
Have you tried Cytrons?
He holds out a Hotel Broad album. This list. This has kind of been my like list to find Abigail. Now, I don't see. Doesn't seem to be any particular order. You know, this is the list with like the dance, the bottle, his shadow, all that. Now, what on here have we not looked for yet, or tried to find, or have found? Let's pick one and try to think about it in the dark.
Some hippy dippy bullshit.
I think the girl in blue is the only one we haven't found yet.
What do you want to fucking hold hands?
I don't know if we need to do that.
I don't think that's required. No,
We can.
we're good on that.
You talk about our feelings.
No, don't do that. No, it's. Some of us have very dark feelings. Let's not go there.
So you guys found the hotel. You found the labyrinth.
Yep.
You haven't really found the author or his bottle. You have not found the city, the lake, its shadow, the battle. So you guys
We
are
found-
only about
No,
a
wait.
third of the way through this list.
No, we found the lake, the shadow, and the bottle. I mean, we found it. We saw it.
You saw it.
I guess
I'd
we
agree
can
you
find
saw it.
We found the dance.
Hall.
Maybe.
All right. I say let's focus on Arthur.
Hank, have we ever tried just like focusing on Abigail? This might be a stupid question.
Well, not in the dark and the labyrinth. We haven't. We can try that as well. Is that what you're recommending, Benedict?
I don't know if a person is something we can just find. Although I don't know anymore.
Well, I say let's focus on the author. I mean, we can always focus on something else. Let's just give it a second and see what happens.
But what if it's
And
a
Boost just like fucking punches the wall. He's like, motherfucker, stuck in another goddamn quarter with two fucking crazy assholes. My fucking choice is what I got. Fucking place. I fucking hate this place. I fucking hate this place. This is bullshit. This is. And now he's like directing his anger at y'all. This is fucking bullshit. Y'all are fucking bullshit.
All right, Arthur. He cuts off the lights.
Well, Boost has a light too.
Oh,
And he leaves it on like just a petty
like
amount of time. It's like, oh, fucking hate this place, and flicks it off. It's like, what the fuck are we thinking about? What do we need to fucking meditate on?
Let's
Woozy boozy bullshit.
I can't keep it together with this character, I'm sorry. It's excellent though.
how about you think about whatever you want to calm down?
You thought I'm fucking calm?
It's like
You
completely.
fucking kidding me?
It's now completely pitch black, and you guys are just yelling at each
Just
other in
yelling
the
at
pitch
each
black
other.
darkness.
I am calm.
This is as calm as it gets.
All right. What? And Hank at least tries to think about or meditate on the author.
Yeah. So
I'm guessing
I think-
the author of the play, right? Which we don't really know who that is.
well, you know that
we do?
again. Like you do. Jean, you got that?
Yeah, we do. The guy with the play and the suicide and the
Well,
song
I
before
thought he
travel.
He was
Louisa
just trying to put it on, I
Reggie.
thought.
Victor Corell.
Oh,
I don't know.
No.
No, different play.
You guys had figured out that J.C. Lentz is the author.
No
Okay,
juice for me.
I know it's been a while. It's been a while. No juice for Jean this time. Anti juice, anti joking for for Jean.
You already clocked my sanity. You didn't tell everybody about that.
Oh yeah, we actually realized that that Jean or Benedict's sanity was completely wrong. He was up in the 60s,
Very
so we
wrong.
nerfed him his ass right down to 40 because it was actually above his maximum. And I think we just forgot to do something along the way.
And yeah, the sheet is broken.
Yeah.
It happens.
So you guys sit in the darkness. You guys sit in the darkness and start thinking. And I imagine Boost still mutters to himself for a little while. Talking about how bullshit this is.
Stupid bullshit fucking caves.
And at some
Benedict
point in
is
time,
whimpering here and there.
Nightmare.
yeah, and are you guys like close enough to touch each other? I assume. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you guys sit, and I remember I told you before. There's almost like this low hum in the whole place, like almost like there's like deep machinery underneath everything, just kind of chugging or whirring away. And at some point in time, you guys hear the sound of wooden, slight footsteps.
She's back.
And I'm going to roll a dice here real quick. Just need to look at something. Benedict, this thing comes up. Feel the presence, maybe the slightest movement right behind you. And all three of you can hear, though, it say, Benedict Farthington, come and see.
Hank
He'll
kind of
probably
like
reach out to the
nudges.
others and grab them
He, like-
on the shoulders.
Booze
No, we're all
grabs
up,
his
you
axe,
idiot.
Yeah,
and he is just like,
he's ready to go.
seen some shit like this before.
Be calm.
And he-
Booze.
Motherfucker, say the word and I'll fucking chop that fucking to splinters.
Be ready.
And we talked about the cinematic night vision version of this, where it's like, you know, it's like you guys are all staying there. And in the night version of this, we see Benedict standing there, the IR reflecting off his eyes. And we see this thing extend up and behind him, almost as if it is, again, like we talked about, almost like being like a little finger puppet, almost. Like it kind of slinks out from the darkness as we see this mannequin face that has a mask, unlike the other mannequins. And we hear from behind it, what do you seek?
Abigail.
Benedict.
He didn't get the memo about the author.
Okay. There's a moment like, there is no Abigail here.
Do we hear this?
You all hear this.
Rich, what about Rich? Say Richard.
Richard has gone beyond.
What the fuck is beyond?
What do you seek?
Richard, you fucking asshole. That's what I'm looking
Be
for.
cool. Be cool. Be cool, Booze.
Easy there, big fella. Easy there.
The author. The author. What about the author?
Come and see. You feel, Benedict. Have you ever had, like, someone let go to hold your hand without you really realizing that they was coming? Like, the fingers kind of slip in between yours?
Yeah.
You feel fingers, but they are jointed and hard. They are wooden. And you feel them slip up and kind of hold your palm and begin to pull you.
Oh god.
Gently.
Booze, get ready to chop off my hand. I don't need it anymore. I don't want
Say
it
no
anymore.
more.
And you begin. Do you fight this? Do you...
No.
I will assume the other two have some type of... You do guys make some type of weird conga line?
Chain.
I'm like holding his
dark.
shoulder.
Boost will take up the rear, axe in hand. Also holding Hank's shoulder.
You guys move through, winding this way and that, and what you find, you actually find yourself going down, but then back up, and then down again, in ways that you haven't really seen. You pass several alcoves carved into the hard rock, kind of wrought out. And some of them have little candles, or maybe even an electric light hanging down from a wire that doesn't really seem to go anywhere. And the alcoves have bottles in them. And you pass a few along the way. You see one. You see a Elias Barbas. You see a Roger Caroon. Maybe even along the way, you might even see Jeremy, whatever the hell his last name was.
Knew it.
Because
Didn't actually have
Benedict,
a last name.
because Benedict didn't know what it was.
Doesn't know it.
You're surprised to see it there. You're like, oh, he had a whole name.
He was a human.
But in some amount of time, you guys are drawn, and you see that it seems that there are many tunnels, and they all come together and terminate at one kind of round chamber. And set into the wall with a spotlight on it is a fine bottle. It's more like a decanter. It's all made of crystal. And it's like the crystal seems to get darker the further in it is. And it's got a plain cork stuck in the top of it. And along the base, in beautifully done calligraphy carved into the crystal itself, is the name J.C. Linz. And as you draw close to the light, you can kind of see the sommelier there hanging limply, but not by wires, seemingly by something else from out in the dark. Something extending out and holding it up. And right as you get to this little chamber, Benedict, it releases your hand and it gives you this flourished bow. And as it does, you see that it extends back and back into the darkness before
meatball.
being
Meatball.
before it is pulled, yanked back beyond what you can see.
The psalm is yanked back.
Yes.
By the centipede thing.
Yeah, it's yanked back out of the room, so it's not there anymore.
Yeah, it just like it bows and then whoo,
Yeah.
it's gone. Leaving you guys here in this chamber.
With this resplendent, pristine bottle.
It's the author's
J.C.
bottle.
Linz.
And when you say resplendent, actually, like you look at it and it's as if this thing, like the whole place is a little dusty, maybe some cobwebs here and there. You can definitely tell where there's places where people have been. This thing looks like it is kept dusted, and like the alcove is so finely carved out. Like it's beautiful, it's pristine, it's perfect.
Boos clocks it and he's like, "That's a fucking trap."
It's like that scene in Mad Max. That's big.
Exactly like that. Exactly like that. That's what I had in mind.
Yeah.
That's a fucking trap.
But
Hank
we're here now.
rolls something. Hold on. Yeah, but Hank's gonna roll a. I get DG and Dragon mix up. What's the
Like search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just straight up search.
If you're trying to suss out something about this bottle, is that what you mean?
Yeah, like this. Like is it a trap? Do I see anything fishy?
Okay.
Alertness would be good for DG.
Well, alertness is more like, can you hear or see something, right? This is. It sounds like
Okay.
you're investigating the bottle itself.
Yeah, I succeed.
Yes, you got a 48 under 73. Yeah, Hank, you look at this thing, and you know that scene with Indiana Jones where he's in front of the idol, he's like rubbing his chin, you know, before he takes the bag of sand.
Never heard of it.
Okay, fair. You're looking at this thing, and maybe even you look and you see, and it looks like there is some, and even as you get close, because you got a success, you hear the whirring of some type of machine. Like I said, it seems to be ambient, but here, specifically at this wall, it seems to be louder. and there's like a ticking, not like a bomb or anything, but like like a mechanical ticking of something regularly kind of keeping some type of time. And at the bottom, at the base of the bottle, there appears to be some type of mechanism.
Fellas, we need this bottle. This might be what the whole reason for us coming here is this bottle. But he points towards that, he basically says, but I think there's something behind that door, and as soon as we pick up this bottle, it's gonna come out.
Did you say a door?
This whole fucking thing smells dirty.
Is there a door?
Something behind that wall. I'm not sure.
Do you...
Is there another bottle around there? Maybe if I
No.
swap out one of... Oh, I thought we saw more, but that was way back.
Like along the way, and keep in mind, this might have been hours to get here.
Look,
Can I investigate the...
classic. This is classic firefighting. Examine the exits. How many exits are there in this room?
We'll say there's probably like 6 tunnels that all terminate here in this chamber.
Oh,
So you think if you get this bottle, there's something gonna be coming? There's something dangerous coming.
Well, I just don't know. It could be a way out. It could be letting something in. Have you guys
You
ever
think
seen
you need to go ahead.
Have you guys ever seen Indiana Jones?
Never heard of it.
Maybe I'm best for this one then. Let me try something. And he's gonna try. He's got binoculars.
Okay.
He thinks that might be about weigh as much as this bottle.
Okay.
He's gonna try to swap it.
Let me hold on before you do that.
Jesus.
Let me at least roll an alertness.
Yeah. Can I also prepare some weaponry?
You guys can be as ready as you want.
Okay.
Like, you have plenty of time. Nothing seems to be... nothing's
I
happening.
got a failure on my alertness.
You get the same thing that Hank does. Like, maybe even you touch the wall. Like, there's something going on behind this wall mechanically. But you don't get anything else.
Let me think.
Do you want to give me some type of roll for Benedict?
We have a pickaxe. Is this wall mineral?
Stone? Yeah.
Stone? Benedict does
Are
like
there any
hitting
machines
things.
in the room?
Benedict likes hitting things, and I think Benedict
He
would
does
like to
love hitting shit.
hit the whirring thing with a pickaxe.
Like, so there's nothing obviously worrying. Like, it's obviously behind...
Maybe the best spot for you fellas, if there is something coming out, to get on either side of that wall. If something comes out, you're either out of the way of it, or you can smack it with the axe.
Is there anything? Have we inspected the actual bottle? Can I see if there's anything interesting on that?
You can try.
Any skill in particular?
Yeah, probably another search, unless there's something specific you're trying to look at.
I'm good with
I
that.
just don't know what direction you're going.
I want to see if there's any indication of what this bottle's mechanism, if there's any mechanisms attached to the bottle, if there's any tangible tethers.
Okay,
Or
you take a little more closer look at it, and maybe even you tip up the bottle. Maybe you just touch it and try to tip it up a little bit. It appears that it's not on a pressure plate. Necessarily, it's not like that seen in Indiana Jones, but there's actually something connected to the bottom of the bottle. That it looks like if you pick it up, it will pull a lever or something like that, underneath. It's actually mounted, but it looks like it can be removed.
Okay. Computer science, but I have a craft, electrician, and mechanic.
Okay.
Ooh, it's like
Can I roll that?
bomb
Sure.
diffuser
What do you want to do with it?
situation.
Sort of reverse engineer what the fuck this contraption
Okay.
does once we remove it.
You're gonna have to do really, really well.
But yeah, it's a failure.
That's a failure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it triggers something. You're sure of that?
All right.
Okay, wait. I have a mining rope. I have a rope. We don't have to be close to this thing. Hank, take
You
this
want to be
rope.
careful not to break the bottle as well, I'd like to say.
I don't care too much for breaking bottles, actually.
Okay.
Noted. Narrator.
What if we just throw a fucking rock at it?
I like your thinking.
I kind of see what you're getting at there, Benedict. We could just yank it off and hope that it doesn't break, but this might be very valuable to our...
You could always
Find
wrap
Abigail.
something around it, like some clothes or a shirt, wrap around it and then pull it off if you wanted
I
to.
mean, it also doesn't have to be hard. You can just slide it off, because I'm guessing if we go this route, well, we don't care if it lifts up whatever mechanism. We're prepared for it. We're not in the way of it. That right?
So there's like a sort of like 6 separate exits from this room. Like, let's just maybe trigger the fucking thing and then hightail it out of here.
Maybe. Y'all want to do the rope or just pick it up and try to do the swap?
I feel like at this point, Hank, there's nothing to swap. It's attached to something, and we're probably just overthinking this. And
All right.
Benedict is gonna walk up to it and gingerly pick it up.
Look, I got a fucking knife right here.
Nope.
And as he's doing that, as he's going over to pick it up, and as he picks it up, I don't know if we're going into like combat here, Joe.
As he picks it up, you slide the knife between his ribs.
Buciek would like to slit his throat. No. He would like to sever the cord or whatever connection is in there.
Well, Ben's, he said
maybe
there's
we
nothing
could do.
connected. It's not connected to it. You just pick it up and something's going to happen. He already said the
No,
ball's not connected to the platform.
No, I think he said it's got a rope or
It's
something.
like it's
some
like
mechanism.
mounted like on the bottom that looks like it's going to come away with it.
But it's
But-
not connected.
If Buciek, if you're ready to do that, and maybe, Benedict goes and pulls up, and as you grab the bottle by its neck and you pull up, you do see there's it's like mounted or cupped almost at the bottom, but there is like a metal cable connecting it down into there, and you see that it's pulling, and you hear like a like as you pull it. Is Buciek gonna cut it, or you're gonna?
Yes.
Okay. Buciek reaches down there and shink, and like goes to cut the cable. It's fairly small. He's still able to cut it. And you hear it snap, and you hear grinding. You hear grinding in the wall, and you see that along the edges of the alcove are the finest of seams. And the whole alcove shakes and judders. And you get the feeling that maybe it was supposed to slide slowly down into the floor. But instead, it just falls like a stone, just like...
All right.
And beyond, you guys are standing here with your lights on, and the spotlight is still on the alcove. Like there's like a little light like mounted in the ceiling, and you see that beyond, there is a stairwell that looks to go down.
I did it!
What
She,
the
like-
fuck was that?
Looks at everybody else. I did it!
Yeah, you fucking did it. Let's get the fuck out of here. We got the fucking bottle, right?
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
And
Let's go up the stairs.
and Boost, you've never seen this
Oh.
before. You've never seen a staircase like this.
In what way? You've never seen a
In
staircase
the
like
labyrinth,
this?
you've never seen it, and it's almost like
Never
moist
explored
in
this
here. And there's like maybe even like a fog kind of rolls out, like it's just like humid on the other side. Like, this is new.
The lake. The lake might be on the other side.
Hey, Benedict, I gotta tell you guys, I've been in this place for a while. I ain't never seen anything like this. I don't know where this is gonna go.
I don't think we
Just
have
be on guard.
any choice but to go down here. Here we go.
Yeah.
You descend.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not long before your light boost is overcome by the thickness of the fog. And I will tell you that few amongst the Denzians of the night world ever make it this far. But you guys are different. The three of you, in some way, are special. And more than that, you are invited. So come and see. The three of you suddenly awaken. Not knowing how you got here, you're all on your stomachs on a rocky, pebble-laden beach. The fog all around you. You hear the rolling of waves. And I imagine that you each in turn push yourself up to all fours and look up. And maybe you see a sign. You see a sign on a nearby pier that looks to have been long abandoned. It's blasted apart. Some type of disaster? Some type of war? As you see the building spiraling up all around you. As you gaze for the first time upon the ruined city of Yatil. Welcome to Delta Green Impossible Landscapes, Chapter 4, The End of the World of the End.
Wow.
Sorry. Oh,
Wow.
sorry. I didn't just step on your... There's just a horn sound on Discord, which nobody will ever hear.
We heard it.
We
You
finally...
guys-
Wow, we were so close
But
this
no,
whole time.
Boost would wake up. I'm picturing the shore of what's the Christopher Nolan film?
Inception.
Oh, Inception.
Inception. Where they wake up
Yes,
on the shore
very
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, and Boost would just be like, "What the fuck is this bullshit? I just fucking struggled for fucking 6 months through this fucking ungodly hellish shit, and I'm on a fucking beach. Fuck this. Fuck every like, fuck you."
He walks into the water and drowns. Oh man,
Oh, man.
guys.
So we made it out the labyrinth. We just had to find
But where have
any,
you gone
possibly
now?
any item on that list was what we had to look for.
Chapter 4. Is this the final chapter?
This is amazing.
No.
This is the final chapter.
Oh, is it? I
This-
thought it was 4 or 5.
Never happens in Delta Green. We actually legitimately broke through to a different, like, a perceptible different level.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
even when we got to the hotel bar album, it was like, are we actually here?
Yeah.
One of us died, but he just came alive again, and now we're in this like liminal space. But this is like an actual different space.
You guys have made it.
The city, say it again.
Yatil.
Yatil.
Yet
Yhtil.
I've seen that before.
Yatil. You have made it.
Amazing.
Guys, thank you so much.
I'm a little sad.
Thank-
I have to say. I'm a little sad that we were so close to being here with Benji. If we did not shine a flashlight
Oh,
in the
man.
sommelier's face. I'm sorry,
So
I have to say it. I'm
close.
like, it was so close.
Yeah, if
We could talk about that in the sanity check.
Yes.
let's talk about the sanity check. Yeah, if only you wouldn't have fed Private Labolas into that vent thing.
No, that was the right choice. I regret nothing there. I mean, we regret nothing.
Are you willing to lift the veil on what happened or what would have happened?
I could probably now. We'll do the sanity check. How about that?
All right.
We'll do
all
the
right.
sanity check.
Thanks,
Everyone
John, this is
listening,
good.
everyone watching, thank you so much for being here. Whether you're watching live, listening later, we thank you so much. I would like. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to give a Patreon shout out, but in a way, we did kind of give the shout out because KT joined us over on Patreon as well.
Hey.
So,
Amazing.
KT.
Good
so
to see you.
KT, thank you so much for the incredible character art. Let me go back to it one more time, real quick. Let me scroll on over. Let's see where to go. There they are. Those handsome bastards, and I cannot wait to see what KT does for Buciek.
In the meantime, Pumpkin Cakes, who shows up to every stream, I suspect Pumpkin Cakes is sort of like the architect from the Matrix. Just like observing everything at once.
Yes, and that's who is pulling Joe's strings.
Yes.
Well,
Vis-a-vis,
they always
concordantly.
know when we're going online, despite like our sporadic schedule.
Yeah.
It is pretty sus, Pumpkin Cakes, fucking watching you. So,
I suspect Pumpkin Cakes is the architect from the Matrix.
or even the King in Yellow. That's,
Oh no.
I got your fucking number, Pumpkin.
No, Joe, we
Let's
talked
see.
about this.
Don't you put that
No,
on me.
no spilling over the game into real life. None of that. None of that.
No, in,
no.
in Pumpkin Game, and gave us
We
gave
haven't
us a
actually
sus.
had good red flag terms. What's our red flag term?
A red flag.
like our
I don't
safe
know what
word.
you're talking about.
Safe word. That's what I'm looking for.
I mean, meatball's a pretty good one. Yeah. But guys,
yeah.
thank you so much, Mr. Grimm. Thank you for joining us. I hate that you
Yes.
got here a little later. But thank you for joining us here. Mr. Grimm is one of our contributors as well. Really appreciate you guys being
Hey,
here.
Mr. Grimm.
Again, if you want to get things a week early, you want to get the little side thing we did with Dace, where we kind of bring Buciek in and put him through real hell before he actually begins to play with us. That'll be on Patreon for our wonderful contributors as well. Everyone listening, everyone watching, thank you so much for joining us. Those new and old, really appreciate you being with us. And guys, you're killing it.
You too, Joe.
Too, Joe.
Back at you, man.
Yeah,
Very well done.
yeah,
I'm excited to be playing Impossible Landscapes.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think we can all agree that Music from Darkened Room is far inferior for a variety of reasons.
Wouldn't go that.
Just not managed well, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
your character's still alive, you know.
Not for long.
Zing.
All right, everyone listening and watching, we'll catch you next time. And remember, as always, stay safe and stay sane. Bye.
Later.